Yo, it's crack-a-lackin'. It is your boy Toasty back with another unboxing video. Yes, sir. So if you're up to date on my channel, I recently did a Steam Deck unboxing alongside a 1 terabyte upgrade for that thing. So if you are interested in the Steam Deck at all, go ahead and check that video out when you get the chance. It's a nice little 13-minute video. I'm gonna do a follow-up review now that I've used it for a while, so if you're anticipating that, go ahead and check that out. But for now, we're gonna do the unboxing. So let's crack into this thing, shall we? All right, so we got the device out. Look at this little thing. I got the 128 gigabyte version, failed to mention that. So as I'm explaining whether or not you should buy this later on, I'm going to also explain if you should get the 512 gigabyte version or 528. I'm not sure which one it is. Anyways, there's some pull tabs on the box. Let's get in there. Oh yeah, that's satisfying. 1, 2, and then I guess it just slides on out. MetaQuest 3, baby. Now let's lift. Whoa, dude. One thing I want to say is that Meta and their boxes are absolutely beautiful. Like, their boxes are gorgeous. And I gotta say, the biggest upgrade so far with this thing is the pancake lenses, from what I heard. But for me, it's the lack of the tracking rings on the controller. I apologize for my terrible nails, but yeah. Wow, look at that. And quick reference, a little box reference, because this box is teeny, absolutely teeny tiny compared to the Oculus Quest 2 box, which we got right here. Look at this, dude. You could fit literally, like, I think, hold on, this box is a bit taller. The MetaQuest 3 box is a little bit taller. You could fit like 3 of these MetaQuest, no, two MetaQuest boxes, MetaQuest 3 boxes, I'm so sorry, into this box if you were to shorten it a little bit, because it is a little bit taller, as you can see there. Bit of height. All right, but yeah, we already looked at the controllers just now. I'm gonna increase the box a little bit. These come with batteries already, but yeah, these controllers already feel a lot more ergonomic. They feel the same, obviously, but what I mean by ergonomic is like the lack of that ring kind of allows your hands to, like, you know, feel more free. Like, this feels good. Buttons feel the same though, for sure. Click clackety. Got the pull tabs, pull the batteries out. We're gonna do that in a moment. But yeah. So far, so good. And the console itself, wow, it is certainly lighter. They said that the MetaQuest 3 was kind of heavier for some people. I think it's lighter. It feels lighter. Yeah, they said this fork design here for the headset is a lot better than the old default strap. I don't have the old default strap, unfortunately. My old MetaQuest 2 headset is broken. Although right here might be an issue for the ears, maybe, perhaps. I don't know. This is, oh, yep. See how it comes off? That's nice. All right, so we're back, and look at this. Look at this. We're gonna, whew. Wow. Beautiful lenses. The pancake lenses, as they said. And I heard that they put the eye pupillarity distance thing right here, so. Yeah, you see it moving? Let's see, does it like pop out still? Wow, it's really in there. Okay, so we got the facial interface out. Took a little bit of wiggling, but yeah, it's not broken. Thank goodness. You're supposed to push these little buttons here to kind of eject it a bit. That feels a lot better. This right here, the facial interface feels a lot better than the default Oculus Quest 2 facial interface. But yeah, that will have to do for the unboxing part of this video. So the next part of this video is simply going to be, should you buy this or not? Is this for you? Like, what your purposes are? There's a few questions that you need to ask yourself before you purchase this product here, and we're gonna go into that right now. Okay, so welcome back to the second part of the video. So today's date is October 14th. So the last part of the video was uploaded on October 10th. This is the should you buy / review part of the video. So obviously what I'm going to be doing in this part is giving you reasons as to why you should buy the MetaQuest 3, and maybe some reasons as to, you know, maybe not buy the MetaQuest 3. Or maybe perhaps I'll tell you to buy the Oculus Quest 2. At the same time, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a review of the console, so I decided to merge both things together. So, simply put, I'm going to just say some things. I'm going to give different categories of different points to talk about with the MetaQuest 3 here. And the first one is accessories. Are you okay with buying new accessories for your MetaQuest 3 as soon as you buy it, or a little bit after at least? Because one thing I want to say off rip, and look at it. Yeah, it looks a little crazy, doesn't it? Don't worry, this is still my MetaQuest 3 here. But as you can see, I have a little bit of a jerry-rigged setup here. And I'll explain to you why I have it jerry-rigged like this. But this is a Kiwi... I apologize about that. This is a Kiwi design strap that was made for the MetaQuest 2. One of the best third-party straps I have ever purchased. And on a side note, if you do plan to buy an accessory, I don't know about the MetaQuest 3 Elite strap, but I can definitely tell you that the MetaQuest 2 Elite strap was terrible. Absolutely terrible. I bought 2 of them. They both broke within 3 days. Both of them. Literally, both of them. And I wasn't handling it roughly or anything like that. They just broke. So, there's that. Okay? So, keep that in mind. But I would recommend for your MetaQuest 3, as soon as possible, buy a third-party head strap, okay? Buy a third-party head strap. I recommend Bobo VR. They make a fantastic head strap. I just got to wait for them to come back in stock before I can buy it, but definitely purchase a third-party head strap. They're cheaper, and they're way better than the mainline accessories that come with the MetaQuest 3. Like, on Meta, it's like all their accessories are overpriced. I might be showing some on screen right now, like a bunch of different pictures maybe. They're very overpriced. Don't recommend buying anything from them. It's just a ripoff. But yeah, so certainly you're definitely going to want to buy a third-party strap for this thing. And perhaps alongside that, a third-party interface. But it absorbs sweat very easily, and quite a lot of it. All you got to do is let it air dry. But I can tell over time it's going to get a bit smelly. So if you don't want to, you know, run into like any issues if you're using your MetaQuest 3 for fitness, then you're definitely going to want to replace this with like a silicone like facial interface so that, you know, all that sweat doesn't stay on there. I personally prefer silicone, so I will be getting at least a silicone cover like facial interface so that, you know, all that sweat doesn't stay on there. I also recommend that you guys buy a battery pack for it if you want, as another accessory, because it only has like an hour to 2 hours of battery life if you're playing like a game through, say, a link cable without charge pass through, or the Oculus Air Link, or even virtual desktop. If you're playing a standalone game, I'd say it maybe lasts about the same amount of time, maybe a little bit longer, like another extra half hour, so like an hour to like 2.5 hours, and then the thing is dead and you got to charge it up for like at least like an hour before you can use it again. So if you don't want to have to keep recharging, buy a battery pack for this lovely little device here. Okay, so should you buy the MetaQuest 3 if you are into fitness or just using VR to get into fitness? And for that, I'll say no. If it's only for fitness, by the way. If you're only buying a MetaQuest 3 for fitness, you're not really, you know, capitalizing on everything you should be with the device. It's an overpriced spend. At that point, I would recommend that you get an Oculus Quest 2 for sure. As a person that does fitness quite a lot, I tend to do a lot of fitness within VR, and that's why I use my Oculus Quest 2 every singular day. The MetaQuest 3, you could get fitness in with it, for sure, but if you're only using it for fitness, it's not worth the $500. You might as well save money and get an Oculus Quest 2. Another thing is with the facial interface. The facial interface, by default, on the MetaQuest 3 here, is made out of like a clothy, sort of spongy material that absorbs a lot of sweat. And if you don't like a lot of sweat getting in your, like, or all over your face or all over your body, then you can use that, but I wouldn't really recommend that because it absorbs the sweat. It'll leave it smelling and all of that. And if you only have one interface, it's just not that good. If you're getting this only for fitness, do not buy this. Get an Oculus Quest 2. For movies and cinema, do you want to get a MetaQuest 3 only for that? And that is a bit of a mixed thing, I'll say, if you're trying to get into the MetaQuest 3 just for movies. The quality is fantastic. Like, it's so good. You got the Oculus Quest 2. You can watch movies on there. Yeah, the quality's great. Looks beautiful. The graphics in general for like video games and movies and whatever you're doing in the headset, it looks so much better on the MetaQuest 3 that I would almost say you should buy it if you do plan on using it only for movies. But like, it's kind of subjective, and that really goes into your budget too. If you want to watch movies in, you know, significantly better quality compared to the Oculus Quest 2, then go ahead and spend the extra $200 for it if you have the money for it. If not, if you just want to watch VR movies or 3D movies in, you know, semi good quality, then go ahead and get an Oculus Quest 2. I would say though, with the movies though, if you at least had like the fitness thing combined with it, that would give you a bit more of a purpose for you know, getting a MetaQuest 3, because you have two reasons. Last category, gaming. Now, if you want the best gaming experience that you could get on VR, honestly, with wireless VR specifically, definitely get a MetaQuest 3. Graphical jump, the processing power of the new Snapdragon 2 CPU in there, or GPU, I apologize. It's so much better, so much more clear. The motions on the controller here feels a lot more smooth. The lack of the tracking ring feels great. The controller itself feels super good. Like, everything about the MetaQuest 3 for gaming is a yes. If you want a game, buy a MetaQuest 3. I cannot stress it enough. Buy a MetaQuest 3 for gaming. If you have a purpose for all three of these things, which I watch movies, I love to game on my VR, and I use it for fitness, definitely buy the MetaQuest 3. Yeah, and going into the gaming thing, the 128 gigabytes versus the 512 gigabytes. This kind of is variable for person to person. And my question for you with that is, do you plan to play the standalone VR games, or do you have like a powerful gaming PC, and do you plan to stream the games to your headset? If you have a powerful gaming PC, you're going to want to stream the games from your PC to your headset, because trust me, the quality's way better. Even on the MetaQuest 3, yeah, the quality is way better when you stream it from your computer. Let that be through the link cable or just, like I said, streaming it in general. I could definitely recommend 128 gigabytes if you plan to primarily play PC VR games, like me, for example. I got the 128 gigabyte version because I knew that I'm not going to have too many standalone games on my headset. All I got for standalone games on my headset is literally Thrill of the Fight. That's it. I do that for fitness. I don't have anything else. Maybe YouTube VR, but I just kind of stream my computer screen to my console. If you plan to play a bunch of standalone games, though, on this console, buy the 512 gigabyte, obviously, because you're going to download a lot of games. And it depends on what kind of gamer are you. Do you like to play a few games at a time, or do you like to play a bunch? Do you like to have one game that you can keep going back to every now and then? It really just depends on how you game, because some gamers are okay with like being able to like delete a game here and there just so they can play a new one, or they play like one game at a time. If you play one game at a time, 128 gigabytes. If you play multiple, 512. If you plan to get PC VR, or just use the MetaQuest 3 for PC VR streaming and all that, get the 128 gigabyte version, because the 512 gigabyte version is an extra $150 without taxes included. That's quite a lot of more money that you got to spend on that console. And $150 for accessories for this thing would go a long way, as long as they're third-party accessories. Bada bing, bada boom. And that will be it. And if you guys have any questions, go ahead, drop a comment. I'll be here to respond to them whenever. Hopefully I can get some, more VR streams and whatnot. I'm going to come back to you guys in like a month with one more little update with this device. and hopefully I hope you guys make a decision. I gave y'all a bit of my experiences with this thing. Overall, the tracking is a lot better. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than the MetaQuest 2. The headset feels about the same weight, I'd say, actually, because I remember earlier in this video I had said that the MetaQuest 3 was lighter, but when I put it on my head and I've been using it for 4 days now, I think it's a lot more compact is all, but it is definitely slimmer. That is pretty much all I got to say. Thank you for watching this video all the way to the end, and take care. Adios.